hearty welcome to the English world of Aradhya. Students, myself Rashmin sir, teaching English to the students of 9 to 12 standard in English medium. Okay. Now students, you know we were doing the second chapter from your own will. The title of the chapter was We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together. Okay, it is written by two writers, Gordon Cook and Ellen East. And let me refresh your memories about the first part of the story. This Gordon Cook and his wife along with their children, they just planned to duplicate the rounds earlier made by James Cook 200 years ago. So they are going, we can say, on a world sea voyage. For that they have spent a lot of time, 15 years of training, just developing their seafaring skills. Okay, and then they go for the actual swim. They also take two people from Cape Town onwards, okay, one American and one Serbian. So they would be helping them in that Southern Indian Ocean. Southern Indian is considered as one of the roughest ocean in the world. So there you require some experienced people, okay, some experts who can help you out in such situation. So they are doing everything wise, but when you are in sea, nothing can be said. Okay, so some days pass quite nicely. First phase of their journey from Plymouth they started, from Plymouth till Cape Town. That phase of their journey was passed quite pleasantly. They didn't have any trouble. Okay, and then from Cape Town they moved towards Indian Ocean, Southern Indian Ocean, because they have to reach Australia. So from that time onwards, their troubles began. Okay, everything was quite okay on Christmas, 25th December, and then on 2nd Jan, that is the next day of the New Year. You see, we already saw that they were troubled by the huge gigantic waves. Okay, one big wave came. Writer first thought that they are just clouds, but when it came closer, they realized that it was about 5-story high wave, and this wave only did most of the damage. Writer was also thrown out of the ship, and from some distance he could see the ship almost capsizing. Okay, the crew members were busy students, and when the wave hit the ship, okay, on its starboard side, a hole was created. Okay, some damage was done. So through that hole, water was getting in, and now writer, our narrator, he was just handling the wheel. So he is navigating the ship. Now till somebody comes, he cannot leave. So he waits for someone. Meanwhile, his wife comes over there and informs him if some water is getting into the ship. Then he says, okay, you just look after this wheel and I'll go for the repairing work. So he takes one canvas, okay, hammer and some nails, because he wants to cover that part, that hole with the canvas, so the water can stop coming in and they can be saved. Up till that we had seen students. Okay, and yeah, now from there onwards we will see page number 15. Okay, third paragraph. After finding a hammer, screws and canvas, I struggled back on deck. With the starboard side west open means hit open, we were taking water with each wave that drove over us. Now each wave which was coming subsequently, that was bringing some more water inside the ship through that hole. It couldn't make some repairs if I couldn't make some repairs, we would surely sink, because gradually the water keeps on coming in. So the ship is sinking. So if immediate repair is not done, then what will happen? That water which is coming in, that only will sink the ship. So along with the ship, all the crew members, narrator, his wife, his children, all will drown. Okay, students, just remember these two words. Okay, drown is used for the sinking of human beings, and sink is used for the sinking of things. So whenever you talk about the people who are going down into the water, then you have to use the word drown. Okay, and when things are going down in the water, then that means sinking. Okay, so here that fear was there, immediate repair was required. Somehow I managed to stretch canvas and secure waterproof edge. hedge covers across the gaping hole. That gaping hole means widening hole. That hole which was created by the wave on the deck side of the ship, starboard side. Now that was gradually becoming bigger. So that's why that repair was required. So now somehow narrator just managed to stretch canvas across it and just fit it over there so that the water can stop coming. Some water continued to stream below, but most of it was now being deflected over the side. So suppose water is coming from here, this is the hole, students, water is coming. Now if you cover this part from this side, the water is hitting now that thing and then its direction is changing, deflecting. Okay, earlier it was going in. Now after hitting that canvas cover, its direction is deflected. Okay. So they are saved from the further water. More problems arose when our hand pumps started to block up with the debris floating around the cabins and the electric pump short circuited. Okay. So that's why it is said, students, when the troubles come, they don't come singly. They come in a bunch. Here the writer required one particular hole. So one problem was solved and then another problem started. What was that? Here pumps started to block up with the debris. और जो काटमाल था उससे वो pump बंद हो गया, block हो गया. And the other pump, which was electric pump, that became short circuited. Okay, वो short circuit हो गया. The water level rose threateningly. Back on deck, I found that our two spare hand pumps had been wrenched overboard. Okay, so our two hand pumps were pulled violently over the board, along with the forestay sail. So forestay sail yani front sail. Okay, front side that you put the sail, that is called forestay sail. The jib, the dinghies and the main anchor, because now also they have the danger. In the first line only it is said over here, the water level rose threateningly. It was threatening to their lives, and that's why they brought forward everything. Those two hand pumps, okay, forestay sail, the jib, and dinghies. Dinghies means the lifeboats, small lifeboats, and the main anchor. Okay, so here they are getting ready. If the boat is sinking, they would jump or they would go through the lifeboats. Okay. Then I remembered we had another electric pump under the chart room floor. I connected to it an out pipe and was thankful to find that it worked. So this is the only good thing is happening over there. Another electric pump they found, and to their luck it was working also. So the water could be thrown out. Okay, you can de-water the entire ship over there through this pump. The night dragged on with an endless, bitterly cold routine of pumping, steering and working the radio. So all three works are going on simultaneously. Whole night they went on doing these three works. Okay, pumping out the water, steering the ship, and also making the radio calls, working the radio, because they can send the calls to other people for the help. And these calls are known as Mayday calls. Mayday calls means calls made by one ship people for help to another ship people. Okay. We were getting no replies to our Mayday calls. Now they were sending the messages through this radio, but were not getting any message, any help in return. Okay, Mayday calls means calls for help, which was not surprising in this remote corner of the world. And now this should not be a surprise for them, because in this particular area of the sea, hardly you will find any boat, any ship. So when you get no help or no calls of help, it means it is understandable कि यहाँ कौन आएगा, यहाँ किसका शिप होगा जो हमारी हेल्प में आएगा. So there is no wonder about it. Okay, ये कोई आश्चर्य की बात नहीं है. Sue's head had swollen alarmingly. She had two enormous black eyes, and now she showed us a deep cut on her arm. So you see, first when Sue came, Sue had what? A bump on her head. She also, something hit her head. And now she has got two big enormous black eyes. Okay, so she got some hitting over her eyes also, and then she also had a big deep cut, not normal cut, deep cut on her arm. Arm coming from here till here. In that part she had a big deep cut. Okay. When I asked her, she hadn't made more of her injury why she hadn't made more of her injuries before this. She replied, I didn't want to worry you when you were trying to save us all. Okay, students. So, students, you see, Suzanne looks very matured over here. She is just 7 years of age, but her reply is very interesting. Okay, she is giving a very matured answer. Okay, Dad, when you were busy in trying to save us, how could I talk about my own injuries? That's why I did not tell you anything about my own injuries when you were trying to save us. Okay. So that was a matured reply from a 7-year-old girl. Okay, now you move on to the next part of it. By morning on January 3rd, now see, the day changes. All the troubles they faced and they were hard working on 2nd Jan. Now somehow they managed to pass that day. They worked very hard. 3 types of works they carried out. Okay. Now what happens on January 3rd? By morning on January 3rd, the pumps had the water level sufficiently under control for us to take 2 hours rest in rotation. Okay, previous day they were pumping out the water. So whole night they did that work. So now the water level in the ship has come to a sufficient level, controllable level. So now all of them can afford to take rest in rotation, not all together. One by one they can take rest at least for 2 hours. Okay. But we still had a tremendous leak somewhere below the water line. Okay. And on checking I found that nearly all the boats main rig frames were smashed down to the keel. Keel, I told you students, keel is what? Keel is the center part which is found in the, suppose this is your boat, so this middle part is known as keel. So this is the main rig. It is said that this part was damaged till the end. So the ship has greater worries, okay, greater danger. The main rib frames were smashed down to the keel. So main rib is this area. From there till keel it was damaged. So that is dangerous. Automatically the water can come in. Okay. In fact, there was nothing holding up a whole section of starboard hull except a new cupboard partition. So inside, students, they have made what? Some cupboards to keep the things. And those cupboards are only holding this part. Okay. In fact, there was nothing holding up a whole section of the starboard. Starboard means the right hand side, okay, of the ship. This is starboard. This is port side. And this is starboard side. So starboard was held just by the cupboards they had made inside. This part was only keeping the starboard side together. Okay. We had survived for 15 hours since the wave hit. The big wave which hit on 2nd Jan. From that time onwards, now 15 hours are over. But wave walker wouldn't hold together long enough for us to reach Australia. So they have to reach, their next stand is Australia. If they have to reach over there, they cannot just depend upon the wave walker in this condition. In this condition, anytime it can be broken and everything can go down. I checked our chart and calculated that there were 2 small islands a few hundred kilometers to the east. So he has got that chart, and in the chart it shows that there are 2 small islands, okay, in this vast ocean. Okay, one of them is Ile Amsterdam and was a French scientific base. Understood, students? So it is Ile Amsterdam, and these French people, like English people, they also ruled many countries of the world, and they ruled over some islands also. So this island French must have captured in the past, and that they made their scientific base. Okay, and these people are English people, and in the past earlier France and England were enemies because both wanted to capture most of the areas of Asia and African countries. Okay, but unless the wind and seas abated so we could hoist sail, our chances would be slim. Okay, so here condition is there. If the wind and seas don't abate, yani don't become less strong, then what would happen? They cannot hoist the sail. If they cannot hoist the sail, it means their chances are very slim, very thin chances, almost no chance at all. The great wave had put our auxiliary engine out of action. Okay, engine is required to move the ship. Auxiliary means another extra engine. So that was also out of action now. So ship is going only on one engine. Another engine is damaged. Okay, out of action. On January 4, after 36 hours of continuous pumping, we reached the last few centimeters of water. Now see, inside the ship wave walker, there are only few centimeters of water. Okay, not even inches. So they have taken out that much water through continuous pumping. Okay, now we had only to keep pace with the water still coming in. Okay, they have to just keep pace. As the water comes in, you remove it. As the water comes in, you just remove it. Okay. We could not set any sail on the main mast. Main mast is the tallest mast. On that big sail will come. If you bring it down or halfway, you can just tie the jib. Jib is a small sail. Okay. So pressure on rigging would simply pull the damaged section of the hull apart. So we hoisted the storm jib. In this condition, when the boat is almost somewhat damaged from the middle part, and that mast is what the tallest pole on that big sail comes. Small jib means here. Okay, small sail is jib. So if they go on making the bigger sail, what would happen? The entire pressure will come on this part. So this part can be damaged and entire ship can go down. Okay. So I missed out, students, that particular line. Once again I'll read. Our only hope was to reach these pinpricks in the vast ocean, and pinpricks means the small areas. Those two islands he refers to. Okay, Ile Amsterdam, and another island's name is not given. So two islands were like pinpricks. Pinpricks means small area in a huge vast ocean. Okay, then we come on to the next paragraph. We could not set any sail on the main mast. Pressure on the rigging. Rigging means the rope which is tying the mast into the ship. So that rigging means that rope. Okay, would simply pull the damaged section of the hull apart. Okay, hull side they would just remove. If it is tied on this side, then this part would be separated because that much pressure will come if they set the main sail. So we hoisted the storm jib. So that's why they went for the small jib, not the big main sail. Okay. Storm jib and headed for where I thought the two islands were. Now their only mission is what? Main mission right now is to reach land. Land means those two islands. Anyone, whichever comes first. Okay, their main target is there. Once they are on land, they can take some relaxation. They can go for the repair of that damaged engine, repair of certain things, and then they can continue their journey. Okay, so their main task is to find out those islands. Mary found some corned beef and cracker biscuits, and we ate our first meal in almost 2 days. Now see, students, even food supply got over. Now whatever is left is corned beef. Beef means that is meat. Okay, beef means meat. Beef means the meat of this one bullock. That is called beef. Okay, so students, beef. Corned beef means the preserved beef. वो संभाल के रखा है, वो टीन में आता है, वो उसकी बात कर. And some cracker biscuits. They did not have anything to eat. And in 2 days, this is their first meal. पहला भोजन है उनका 2 दिन में. Okay? Because sometimes when situation is there, you don't feel hungry also. So for last 2 days, they have been under this tensed situation, and that's why they don't even feel hungry. But our respite was short-lived. Respite means short rest, was short-lived. ये थोड़ा ही टाइम रहा. At 4 p.m., black clouds began building up behind us. Within the hour, the wind was back to 40 knots, and the seas were getting higher. Okay, students. So we have understood the lesson. Now the fresh troubles are going to come from 4 p.m. What are those troubles that we will see in my next video? Till that time, students, just go through this part of the lesson once again and try to understand it in the context of the different parts of the ship. So you can understand it in a better way. I have tried my level best to make you understand. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.